Hey guys, this is SJ Football 16 and today I'll be revealing my predictions for week 33 of the Barclays Premier League season 2015 to 16. Going to start with the early game kickoff between West Ham United and Arsenal. Arsenal, they want to win the league. They're not quite getting their supremacy successful yet. They could do it at the end of the season, who knows, but it's unlikely at this stage. And West Ham, they're pushing for the fourth place spot this season, or a Europa League place even, and either is a massive achievement for West Ham, both positions. So I think the score is going to be 1-1. They've both been playing quite well this season. West Ham, they've been doing brilliantly this season. Arsenal, they haven't really got anywhere since last season. So it's going to be 1-1, and the scorers are going to be Aaron Cresswell for West Ham and Mesut Ozil for Arsenal. Now I'm going to head over to the relegation battle between Aston Villa and Bournemouth. Although Aston Villa lost 4-0 to Chelsea last week, I think it's going to end up being quite tight this time against Bournemouth. They're both trying to survive. Aston Villa, I can't see them surviving now, but they're gonna push for it anyway. And Bournemouth, I think they've pretty much completed the job now of survival, but there's still games left, so nothing's definite. So I think it's going to be 3-2 to Bournemouth. And I think the scorers are going to be Scott Sinclair and Leandro Bacuna for Aston Villa. And for AFC Bournemouth, it's going to be Harry Arter with 1 and Junior Stanislas with 2. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Crystal Palace and Norwich City. This is another relegation battle game. Crystal Palace, they should be hitting mid-table, but they're not. Norwich, they were doing quite well at the start of the season, and then it's just gone downhill a bit recently, and they're 17th at the moment. It's still an achievement to survive, but I think they should be like 14th or 15th, something like that. So I think it's going to be 1-1 in this game, and the scorers are going to be Yohan Cabaye for Crystal Palace, and for Norwich City, I think it's going to be Russell Martin, the defender. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Southampton and Newcastle United. Newcastle, they're hoping to survive this season. They might not survive, but there's still a close battle, and they still got a chance, unlike Aston Villa at the moment. So I think and Southampton, they're trying to get into the Europa League playoff spots. I think this is actually going to be quite close because both teams have something to play for. So I think the score is going to be 2-2 in this one. And also Newcastle have Rafa Benitez as their manager, so this is why I also think it's going to be quite a close battle. So it's going to be 2-2. Scorers are going to be Sadio Mane and Van Dijk for Southampton, and I think it's going to be Wijnaldum, and I think the other scorer is going to be Siem de Jong for Newcastle. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Swansea City and Chelsea. I think this could actually be close as well. Chelsea are mid-table at the moment. They should be in the Champions League places, but they're not. And as for Swansea, they should be mid-table this season as well, but they're 15th and they're going for survival, it seems, this season. Their manager is really good, Swansea, and Chelsea, they're playing well this season. However, I think it's going to be a draw in this one, 1-1, because Swansea have been playing quite well recently, and I think they could get their job done for survival if they pick up wins against teams like Chelsea, or get a point against, which will lessen the pressure a bit. So I think it's going to be 1-1. Ki Sung-young and Ruben Loftus-Cheek going to score. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Watford and Everton. I think the score in this is going to be 3-2. Watford, they want to survive, and Everton, they're like mid-table at the moment. I think the score in this is going to be 3-2 to Watford, because Watford, they've been playing quite well this season, and Everton, they're below their target this season by a long way. So I think the scores are going to be Nathan Ake and with 2 and Igalo with 1 for Watford, and I think it's going to be Kevin Morales and Romelu Lukaku for Everton. Now I'm going to head over to the late kickoff on Saturday between Man City and West Brom. I think there's no comparison in this one who's going to win. It's going to be Man City for the day, I think. And it's going to be, and West Brom, they're like, it's not really, there's not really a word I can describe about how their season is going. They're like mid-table, but they're not completely safe yet. So I think it's going to be 4-1 to Manchester City. De Bruyne is going to score 3, and Aguero is going to score 1, and I think Macaulay's going to score for West Brom. And I'm going to head over to the Sunday kickoff now between Sunderland and Leicester. This is going to be quite a close battle, I think, actually, because Leicester, they're starting to feel the pressure now, I think, with games left. The job isn't necessarily done yet for them of winning the title, and Sunderland, they also have something to play for to survive the division. Both could equally be done, but both teams are starting to feel the pressure at the moment. So I'm going to say it's going to be 1-1. Scorers are going to be Yunus Kabul with a goal for Sunderland, and I think it's going to be Danny Simpson with a goal for Leicester. Now I'm going to head over to the game between Liverpool and Stoke City. Both teams are around the same level, so I'm going to say it's going to be 0-0 in this one. They could both get a Europa League spot this season, but none of these teams are playing exactly brilliantly this season. But Stoke are on target at the moment. Liverpool are not on target at all. So it's going to be 0-0, I think, because they're around the same level. And finally, I'm going to end this episode with a game between Tottenham Hotspur and Manchester United. I think the score in this is going to be 2-1 to Tottenham, because Tottenham, they're doing a lot better than Man United are this season. Well, I say a lot, they're way on target at the moment. They're above their target zone. Their target was to get into the top 4, and they're pushing for the title now. They're second in the league. Manchester United, they're below target. They wanted to be in the top 4, but they're not. So I think it's going to be 2-1 to Tottenham, and I think it's going to be Harry Kane with 2 for Tottenham, and Wayne Rooney's going to score for Manchester United. That's all from me for today. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't done so already. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this channel, and don't forget to comment on any changes you would make to make these videos better. See you guys next week.